Hello and welcome back to the Hire Me podcast. And today we have the outstanding, amazing Obella Obbo, a mental health professional focused on DEI and learning and development. Let's jump right into learning how Obella could be your next great hire and professional connection. Welcome to the show, Obella, and tell us about yourself.
Hi, thank you for having me. My name is Obella Obbo. My pronouns are he, him. I am a DEI specialist, a mental health professional. My master's is in clinical psychology. So that's my academic fundamentals, and that's where I learned about DEIB. I came up professionally in the higher ed space, working as a program coordinator for a multicultural affairs office for several years, and then serving on some institutional diversity committees there, which led to me transitioning from higher ed to the corporate space, working with multiple boutique consulting firms and engaging directly with leadership across a myriad of industries. My most recent full-time work was doing learning experience design for a DEIB edutainment startup, calling me back to my academic roots and really fortifying my knowledge in DEIB learning. So now I really consider myself a jack of all trades. I'm a skilled facilitator, I'm an educator, and I am a strategist.
Obella has got it all. So, what type of role are you looking for?
It's it's a broad thing, but I'm really looking for roles where I can facilitate rich dialogue that contributes to deep and expansive learning, as well as places where I can integrate or bolster healing and wellness practices being woven into the organization that I'm working for. I think it feels broad, but I think my skills really lend to wherever space I'm in. So as long as I'm in a space where folks are interested in learning, I'm in the right space.
Awesome. That holistic and like people-centered focus is incredible. Knowing that that's the work that you're doing, right? I mean, so you get to work with so many people, you get to see the growth of so many people. So what is it about that work that you love?
I am I say like a retired extrovert, but I'm still extroverted. I'm very social. I just I like my alone time a lot more now that I'm older. But I think what I like about my work is because it's identity centered work. I get to know people, and that becomes like core to doing my job successfully. Because the more I get to know you, the more I figure out how to make space for you and to create spaces where you belong. And so I love that. It is uh like I get to be social as a function of the work, and that is extremely fulfilling.
That's awesome. Awesome to hear. And because you get to be social in that type of work, I'm sure that there are certain cultures or leadership individuals or leadership styles that help you thrive a bit more. So, can you tell us more about those environments that help you thrive?
Yeah, I think I am looking for empathically communicative leadership. So because I do DEI work, I'm often at odds with the social engineering that's just like inherent in most organizations. And I don't really think that's a bad thing. More often than not, that's why I'm there. And so I like having work to do that I love. But that being said, it's emotionally taxing. And I want leadership and a workplace community that is going to meet me at that acknowledgement and understanding so that I can best show up to the work in a way that's intentional.
Good to know. Good to know. So, as you're having conversations with these organizations, these hiring managers, recruiters, they want to know what problems that you can solve for their organizations or for their teams. So, what would you say to that?
I would say that the problem I can solve is to make this idea of empathy and healing in the workplace feel like it's something tangible and tactile. I think a lot of times it can get really like hoo and kumbaya. And that is true when we get stuck on the surface level. And that is how, and it can contribute to that burnout. And so we never get to dig deeper. And I am an undying battery in terms of the deep digging. And so the problem I can solve is EQ change. I can help folks really access that emotional intelligence in a wider way, in a transformative way. I think also I'm a licensed psychology associate. I do therapy. And so guiding folks to marked outcomes in a rationally emotive and dialectically behavioral strategic way is kind of like it's the foundation of everything that I am. And so I think it offers a lot in the workspace, and it makes things feel more real when we talk about creating belonging rather than just kind of like belonging in a
Yeah,
flowery
I mean,
way.
going beyond that surface level, diving a lot deeper is so important in the work that you're doing. So ultimately, at the end of the day, what matters to you most?
I would say my values can really be boiled down to like a radically empathic self-worth. So you are, by right of your existence on the planet of Earth, like worthy of belonging, of wholeness, of contentment, of strength, of comfort, but most especially of that healing component. And uh, I value the place that, like, that value has a place in every space that we are in, and especially the workplace, because it's a place that we spend so much time. And I want to do the work of bringing that value into the workplace.
Fantastic. Good to hear and good to know. Well, Obella, thank you again so much for coming on the Hire Me podcast. Um, I know a lot about your work, but I'm sure that those who are watching and listening are learning so much more about how you can transform their organizations and bring value into your next role. So if you are watching or listening, make sure you are connecting with Obella through the links in the description and show notes. And make sure you subscribe, follow, and like all of our content here on the Hire Me podcast so we can continue elevating more of today's top talents. Take care.